Interesting little trivia. My wife actually grew up around Harper Lee down in Monroeville. Pretty interesting story. But needless to say, here locally, it is raining. We are really soggy to start out. Now, a lot of the rain has moved east of I-65, but another batch of chilly air is on the way, and more rain is likely later into the week. But our day looks like this. Temperatures, well, they will fluctuate a bit. We're starting out in the mid and upper 40s in many spots. 42, though. This morning, we'll start to see these numbers gradually warm up briefly as a little sun comes through, but then we're going to drop back down. It's going to be kind of an interesting scenario as our temperatures fluctuate throughout the day. But either way, by the 5 o'clock hour, you'll need the heavier jacket when you head home from work or school late this afternoon because the temperatures will be dropping into the 30s. There will be a breeze, which will make it feel even colder. Here's all of the rain as it's been moving through central Alabama. On the north side, there's been snow. This will be a huge snowstorm for the Atlantic coast. Not us here locally, but across West Alabama, the rain is wrapping up, but it's still wet. Look at the roads. This is our live tower camera shot now looking over Tuscaloosa. It's shaking a little bit thanks to the breeze which is out there as this boundary is passing through. But we're now looking at drying conditions or less rain around Birmingham. That stretches all the way down into the 31 area, Vestavia Hills, all the way down I-65. So it's going to be wet for the next couple of hours. Even though it may not be raining very heavy, you'll still have a lot of the road spray or tire spray for the morning commute. Heavier rain, though, stretching roughly now from Anniston, Oxford, back over towards Lincoln, Lineville, into north and east Alabama. And this is what I'm talking about with the temperatures. In Birmingham, the temperatures dropped almost 15 to 20 degrees. Now they've come up about 5 degrees as the rain has wrapped up. And then we'll start to see the cooler air just to the north and west moving back in. So it's a interesting scenario. Temperature-wise, it's going to be quite a ride as that new batch of air moves in. And what happens is you can have a temperature range. Once it starts to rain, those temperatures can drop off quickly. And that allows for, once the rain stops, the temperatures to come back up just a bit. But then here comes that new batch of colder air. 39 in Jasper, 57 in Anniston, 61 in Alex City. So that's the contrast we have. Low 60s in the southeast, northwest, just above freezing. Across central Alabama this morning, the clouds will still be in place until about lunch. Maybe a few residuals left over this afternoon in East Alabama. But by 5 o'clock, all of us are clear. This looks good. We'll be in good shape all across the region. Now, I do want to show you these clouds moving in later tonight into early tomorrow morning. This is what will make us fair, or at least partly cloudy to mostly clear. These are high clouds on the bottom side of that colder air, so they won't amount to much. But then once we get into tomorrow morning, watch the clouds move in from the south and west. That's an increase of moisture. Along with that comes the chance of rain. So the showers will be possible as we get into Tuesday night and early Wednesday. Heavier rain by 2 o'clock from I-20 southward. So a decent batch of showers moving back into our area to wrap up our day. Quick glance at the temperatures. You'll see what I'm talking about. Temperatures dropping off and then headed back up and then back down again by later this evening. And again, we may have to tweak these just a bit as well. Here's a look at your extended forecast. Temperatures, well, they are going to warm up. Cool with another shot of rain Thursday, but beautiful for this weekend. Now let's check those roadways with Katie.
Thanks, Mark. No major delays right now, but wherever you're going this morning, give yourself an extra 5 minutes so you can take your time on those slick roads because we do have a few issues already right now. On 65 northbound, we do have a single car crash. A car hit a guardrail just after Valleydale. This is only causing minor delays, though, about a 5-minute delay. And then in the Birmingport area, we've got another single car crash at the intersection of Paul Allman Road at Lock 17 Road. This is only causing minor delays as well, but we do have a tree or reports of a tree down in that intersection, so I'm still working to find out if the intersection is completely blocked off. Now we also have power cables down. This is in the Roebuck area. It's down on Terrence Huffman Road at Zion City Road. Traffic a little slow from 11th Avenue, but help is on the scene working to get things cleared up. Here is a wet I-65 at Alford Avenue. Still very light traffic right now. Not many cars out there, but everything is running smoothly at this time. You're watching Wake Up Alabama on CBS 42.
Welcome back. Time now is 5:46. I had to think about it for a minute. The situation in Ukraine continues to be tense and uncertain.
Yeah, and Russian troop activity in the Crimean Peninsula has raised fears that they won't stop there. The U.S. and 6 other nations, known as the Group of 7, issued a joint statement condemning Russia for its invasion of Ukraine. The group says it is suspending participation in an upcoming economic summit scheduled to be held in Russia this summer. Secretary of State John Kerry will travel to Ukraine tomorrow to meet with government officials there. Well, the situation in Ukraine may not seem like something that would affect us here in Alabama.
Yeah, but a large part of our local economy is tied to the region. Last summer, the website Business Alabama took a closer look at our state's exports. After lumber, our chief export is chicken, and a large amount of that poultry is sent to Eastern Europe, specifically Ukraine and Russia. If our government orders a trade embargo in response to Russia's actions, it could dramatically impact the agriculture in our state. In 2012, it exceeded $380 million.
One family in Shelby County is relieved to be out of that region, and with one extra family member this morning. The Mayhews adopted 13-year-old Eliana in November from the Ukraine, but it wasn't easy with the violent protests happening there. Mother Julia spent 89 days in Eastern Europe filling out papers and trying to get out of Kiev as fast as possible. Back home in Alabama, her husband Ronnie couldn't help but worry.
At times I think it was scarier for us that were here because we couldn't always communicate or get through to her, and we knew that there was people being killed over there.
Julia and Eliana got back to Alabama Friday night. The Mayhews are helping Eliana with her English and hope that she'll be in school soon.
Our morning is a damp one. There is plenty of rain, or at least leftover rain from the overnight hours. I've got showers in the forecast at least through 7 o'clock, especially for our eastern counties. Temperatures in the lower 40s by lunch. The cloud cover beginning to give way to more sunshine. This afternoon, though, it's going to be chilly. 38, plenty of sun. What about the bus stop forecast? Well, this morning we do have that rain which is falling. Again, that will be wrapping up soon. And as everybody loads up on the bus this morning, that damp condition certainly a possibility, as all of us have had rain at least at one point or another, heavier in some spots than others. But temperatures range anywhere from 35 to 60 from northwest to southeast. And throughout the day, that colder air it'll actually start to settle in area wide. Not necessarily getting a whole lot warmer in some spots, especially northwest Alabama, where we already have temperatures in the mid-30s, but there will be sunshine. Here's where the rain has been falling all night. You can see it here across central Alabama, moving towards the north and east. North side, well, that is where the snow is falling, and a pretty healthy snowstorm for parts of the East Coast. So if you have travel plans later today, anywhere from D.C. back up into Maryland, maybe Baltimore, Philly, even New York, look for several inches of snow. Chance of rain for Birmingham is beginning to wrap up. The heavier rain, though, still falling just to the east of Anniston and Oxford, right down I-20 into Heflin, Fruithurst, White Plains, all of those areas still looking at a good bit of rain. Here is the temperature contrast I was trying to explain, and this is what's very challenging to try to pin down an exact number. If it were in the middle of June, we'd all be about a degree or two within each other as far as temperatures go, but with this colder air starting to move in, it's 34 now for those of you in Hamilton, 61 in Alex City. We're looking at mid-50s to upper 40s right along the 2059 corridor. That rain, though, is moving out quickly, and the sunshine will start to build in. Later today, a mostly sunny forecast to wrap things up. And as we get into tomorrow, it's not looking bad. Partly cloudy, but this cloud cover you see moving in from the east is always a good indication that we have pretty dry air. I mean, this is a little bit of high wraparound cloud cover, but then we'll see that flow from the south and west. This will be the lower cloud cover, so it becomes mostly cloudy during the afternoon. Tuesday evening, rain starts to build in south of I-20, and our new model data starting to arrive now shows by 2 a.m. on Wednesday, pretty solid chance of rain from Tuscaloosa back into Shelby County, as well as the Anniston-Oxford area, all the way down into Chilton County. And a quick look at the temperatures across our area. Well, you can take these with a grain of salt because all of us will be looking at that cooling trend as we get later into the day. Here's a quick look at your forecast for the next 7 days. You'll see the temperatures will be in the 50s and 60s for highs. Lows, well, warming up after tonight's freeze. More rain on Thursday. Beautiful weekend ahead.